Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock and I want to welcome you to Utterly Awesome Stamping. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this self-closing box. Let me open it for you. All you do is just push it. Isn't that magic? The reason I'm deciding to do this today is because last week I have a friend who had a birthday and I had a couple of little cute things I wanted to put into something. I walked around my craft room looking to see what could I make, and I saw this self-closing box. I'll show you the one I actually saw. This paper I think came from Celebration a number of years ago. Isn't that cute paper? And I thought, ooh, that would be so cute. So I decided to use the Flowers for Every Season, which is brand new and absolutely beautiful. Here's what the back looks like. Okay. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It is very easy to make if you don't mind doing just a little bit of scoring. So let me show you what we need to get started. So first of all, you're going to need your main piece of cardstock, which is going to be 8.5 by 6. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of designer paper, and they're going to be 3 3/4 inch square each. And other than what you put on the front, that's it. It's really quite simple. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to take my Simply Score tool. I'm just going to set this here, hoping maybe you can see it. Let me pull this off. So 8.5 by 6. I'm going to go the long way first using my stylus. I'm going to score at 1 inch, and then I'm going to score at 5 inches. So now we have a 1 inch lip on the top and a 1 inch lip on the bottom. Turn it the second direction, and I'm going to score just up to the score line, 2, 4, 6, and 8. That's going to be the bottom. Now we'll go back to the 4 inch score line and go all the way through, and the 8 inch score line and go all the way through. All right, so we're finished scoring with the Simply Score tool. Now I'm going to take the Stamparatus foam mat for my next little scoring. Oh, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to do a little bit of cutting. So first of all, I'm going to cut out the corners, and I'm going to go a little bit of a diagonal when I cut out these little end pieces. Then along the bottom, I'm going to cut at 2, 4, 6, and then 8 is already cut there. Okay, so now we do need to add a little bit more scoring to it. I'm going to use my see-through ruler. That is the letter C dash THRU, see-through ruler. It has 16th of an inch marks on it, so it's really, really handy. I bought it at an art store, so you might be able to find one close to you, because we need to add a few more score marks to this box so it will become self-closing. So like I say, you can see that the bottom is toward me, the 2, 4, 6, 8, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the little 2 inch line here, and I'm just going to score right up to the corner of so this is a 4 inch segment. So I'm just going to the score line and I'm pulling down to the 2 inch mark. Okay, now I'm going to move it over and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. This may be a little hard for you to see. This time I'm right at this is the 4 inch mark and this is the 1 inch mark. So that's where I'm going. I'm pulling, don't pull so hard that you tear your cardstock. Okay, so now I'm going right up to the edge, down to that 6 inch score mark. Okay, so did you see that? Okay, so I scored from the edge right here down to the 2 inch mark. This is the 4 inch score line, and I went from this mark down to the 2 inch mark. Then here, this little mark down to the 6 inch mark, and like that. Okay, so now we're going to take the bone folder, because you want to make really good scores if you want the box to close nicely. The one thing you are not going to score is you're not going to score the part across the top. So we're going to score the bottom, we're going to score the little lip here, and then watch this. Okay, so for the outside piece, you can score it just like that. But when you come to that second diagonal, you're only going to score from the bottom up to the 1 inch. You don't want to score up into the top. Okay, so now let's turn it around. We'll do the outside piece first, score it completely, but when you get to this second part, you're only going to score up to the 1 inch line. Got it? Okay, so we are ready. Now we're going to add a little bit of tear and tape. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to add tear and tape along the little tab. Okay, so now you can kind of play with this a little bit and go, oh yeah, let's see, which ones do I want to close? Okay, let's see, which ones do I want to close? I think I want it to go this way. Okay, so this is the tab that doesn't have the little extra tab on it. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pieces of tear and tape on this because I don't want things falling out the bottom of my box. And then skip one, do the next one. You know what, I might even put one more. I've never done that before. I'm feeling like I really don't want anything to fall out. Okay, now hopefully I can get all that off. Okay, so before we assemble it, however, we want to go ahead and put the pieces of designer paper on it. So let me show you 3 3/4 inches. I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so the easiest way, this doesn't really have an up or a down to it, so just pretend like you're going to fold it in half, make a little tiny mark there, and then I'm going to go on the back side because it's a little bit easier for me to see what I'm doing. If you join Stampin' Up! During Celebration, then you got one of these cute little cutters for free. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut from the center point down to this point, and I'm going to go back and cut to this point. So I'm forming 3 triangles. Okay, so here's the center point. And then as demonstrators, we could buy this. So I bought one. Okay, so there's my first triangle. Now I'm going to go back to the mark, to the other point. Okay, there we go. We've got our first 3 triangles. So now we're just going to do exactly the same thing. Fold it in half, not really, just enough to get a little point for the center. And then see which side is easier to see. For me, it's this side. So I'm going to put the pencil mark on there. Here we go. The pencil mark's at the top. And I'm going to make sure that's just lined up. Okay, there we go. We have all of our pieces. So now let's put them on. All right, so I'm just going to take my Stampin' seal. And it's just going to take just a minute, so you have to be a tiny bit patient while you're putting these pieces on. Okay, here's our first big triangle. Kind of hover a little bit so you can see where you're going, and then put it on. Okay, so now we need another triangle. Isn't this fun how it just goes together so easily? Okay, so here goes our third triangle. Voila! Oh mercy, isn't that cute? Okay, now we'll go with our second set of triangles. And we are getting close to being ready to put this together. I don't always go all the way around cardstock or paper when I'm putting it on, but because I want to make sure this is going to stay really nicely, I am going to do that. Okay, here we go with our last piece. You know, I really lucked out with this. I didn't double check to make sure that these 3 pieces were going together and those 3 pieces were going together. Okay, well, that was fortunate. Okay, so here we are. Now we're ready to assemble our box. So the first thing we're going to do is take off the tear and tape along this edge, and then flip this over and literally fold this and just lay it down. Boom. Okay, you got it. There you go. All right, now we're going to assemble the bottom, and this is going to take just a second to pull off all the tear and tape. You see how I kind of went crazy with this tear and tape. And so, is it overlapping? We'll see. Can I even get it off? Good question. I may not do that again. Nope, there you go. Got it. Okay, now we'll do our other piece. You could tear this off before you do that first tab, but then there's a danger of letting these little tabs glue when you don't want them to. Okay, so we're just going to put those together. We're going to fold this together like this. Okay, we're going to open up our little box and just kind of tamp it down a little bit from the inside to make sure it's holding nicely. Okay, do you see the magic of this? Boom. How did that work? Well, I'm not really even sure how it works, but there you go. It's so easy. So it opens like this, and there you go. Super cute. All right, now let's put something on the front. So like I said, I have cut some ovals, and I love the stamp set. I'm going to show you. Okay, true confessions here. Have you ever bought a stamp set just because you loved the greetings? Okay, this is called Fancy Phrases. I actually like the whole set, but I was particularly drawn to When I Count My Blessings, I Count You Twice. I really needed to have those. So I bought the Fancy Phrases. I know I'll go back now and use the flower and other greetings in here too, but that was my initial draw to this set. So I'm going to get a crushed curry pad. Even this has 2 different yellows in it. It has Daffodil Delight and it looks like crushed curry. But I'm taking crushed curry because it shows up just a little bit better. And I'm going to just, okay, I'm not loving that. So I think I got crushed curry. I hope I did. I did. I got crushed curry. Okay, let's see if I can get a little bit darker. Okay, that's better. Notice I have more than one piece out here, just in case I don't do it great. Okay, when I count my blessings, I count you twice. I'm happy. We'll put that out of the way. Now we're just going to put this onto our Misty Moonlight piece. Then I'm going to take some Misty Moonlight ribbon, and I'm not going to tie an official bow, but I am going to make a knot, and that is really easy to do. And then we'll just take scissors, cut it off at a nice little angle. I'm going to grab a glue dot, put it on the back, add it to the bottom. Cute. And then I think I'll take a couple of these. These are the 2020 in color enamel dots, and be really careful with these. You have to make sure you're picking up from the very bottom. Where do I want these? Uh-oh. Okay, well, I'll show you. This is a perfect example. Okay, so the little clear spot came off of the dot, and occasionally that happens. And if that happens, here's what you do. You're going to take the fine tip glue pen, you're going to put a dot of it right on the top of the blue, and then you're going to go back and you're going to put the little clear see-through part right on top of it, and you're good to go. Now I hope that doesn't happen again. Okay, so there you go. One more, but that's how you save it if anything like that happens. All right, so now I'm just going to turn this over, I'm going to add some dimensionals, and we will put it on the front, and we'll be done. Okay, so we'll just pull off the backings, get our cute little sunflower box. I'm going to add it about like this. Okay, come on, is that not just the cutest thing you've ever seen? And then just get a little bit of tissue paper, put it down inside with your special gift or note or whatever you want to put inside, and you have an adorable self-closing box. Thank you for joining me. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to push the subscribe button below so that you'll get regular notifications of all of my videos. You can follow my blog, sandystamper.com. All the details, again, measurements for this will be on my blog today. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to having you back next time.